Welcome everybody. On your way in, if you guys don't mind, super quickly, hit that thumbs up for us. And if you guys want to throw a couple reminders out in the chat, I know that when I'm watching live streams and I see somebody comment like, did you remember to hit the thumbs up? I'm literally like, oh shoot, no I didn't. Thank you for the reminder. So if you guys could do that, that goes a long way. And if you are on that early squad and you guys want to share this out to help out some beards, we would greatly appreciate that. This show is called Beard Advice Live. I'm Dan. This is the Mayor. Mayor, two-part question for you.
Whoa.
I know.
Okay.
I think you got it. We're going to start off hot here. Number one, how are you doing? And then number two, what is this show all about?
One is easy, fantastic. Top of my experiences in life, I think. Two, this show is Beard Advice Live. And just like it sounds, it's all about sending in your questions about your beard. What's going on with it? Do you want to try to style out? Do we think that you have the face shape or the ability to grow, whatever your dream beard is? We're here to answer that. So send in your questions, beardadvicellive@gmail.com. Give us a picture of what you're talking about. Front facing, side. There you go. Look at that. Like that was next level. And we'll get to you probably that week. And we'll just answer any questions that you have and give you our true, fair, kind advice along with our best friend, the chat.
Yeah, buddy. So thank you guys for coming in. And the link will be in the description of the email. It's pinned in the chat, and we'll put it down at the bottom as well. And again, we do want to say we appreciate all of you guys being in here tonight. One of the things that we love and we are proud of with this show is we have a halftime segment where we answer your guys' questions. Just like Tomas has right here. Normally, I would star it and then we'd come back at halftime, but this will give you an example of how it works. So get your questions ready. If you want to put them out at any time, we'll try our best to star them. If you want to wait till halftime, that's great as well. But Tomas says, hey Dan, can you use beard oil twice a day? Absolutely. There is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I just encourage you to make sure your beard is damp before applying those products. So yes, nothing wrong there at all. Those are kind of the perfect questions that we want to see. And we are running to the Iron Man. Oh, nice, Bill. So any other further questions, they will get started. We're not ignoring you, but they will get answered at halftime. And we have a perfectly balanced show tonight, you guys. It's going to be hopefully we get out here around 10:30. And so it should be right on track for you. And I'm excited to hang out.
And then the funny thing about this show over the years, the 3 years we've been doing it, is that even if it isn't perfectly balanced, it is. Because always a couple of themes or questions that come up, things that we learn. It's just one of those things that works. So this show works because you guys are here and you guys are asking your questions. So please never hesitate. That's what we do.
Yeah, and even if you guys are stopping in to say hello, like our friend Judd, thank you for doing that. Thank you for hopefully hitting that thumbs up. And a special thank you if you come back and watch it on the replay. We know not everybody can watch this because of their work schedule, because of their time zone, because of their family, of their sleep, whatever it may be. If you guys come back and watch the replay, that means a lot to us as well. Leave comments on the video. Even when it's not live, we would love to hear your thoughts, your questions, and your feedback. Sometimes when people are on the show, they'll come back and watch your comments to see if there's anything additional. So Charles, I have starred your question. We will come back to that at the halftime portion of the show. So again, thank you so much, you guys. I love it. And here's a perfect comment right here. Love the content, Mayor. I binge watched your Grow a Beard series. Great advice. I'm on week 2 of his Freedom Beard. Thank you for your service and love the positive environment.
And I love that experience, which was an experience, is kind of like a comfort. Maybe somebody can check in and come back to grow, like whatever happens to their beard, you can be like, it happened to me too, and you can grow back and kind of know I'm still a beard guy, even though I was at that point, early July this year. Last year.
Yeah, and thank you guys for everyone coming in to see Alan and True North, our buddy Jay, Guardian. We got Michael. Hello, Michael. Scott, doing well, man. Thank you for asking. Angry Warrior, man, Ken, Bill. I saw Eric with an A earlier. Doug Sloan looking all fit. Awesome, you guys. Hey, if anybody out there is on a health journey right now, drop a comment with any gains or milestones that you've hit. Doesn't have to be numbers wise. Maybe you feel better than ever. You look better than ever. Maybe you have lost 100+ pounds. Anything along those lines. The mayor and I are both really into our fitness and trying our best. With that said, We do believe in treating yourself. We do believe in enjoying things in moderation. And with that, Mare, what is a tradition we have on this show?
We enjoy our like soda or pop, Mountain Dew typically. We went with the original today. That's the clean classic. Give them the zoom in. I like how it gets glossy. You like that shine of the light pop off of the green. There's not much else like soothing as that.
Mm-hmm.
And we it's pretty healthy. We're gonna protein up. I feel like that's a good thing to do. And you said it's leftover day.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
So we had accumulated, it's in the fridge, stored properly. We've accumulated some leftover hot links, jerky sticks, meat sticks, whatever you want to call them. So we got a little smorgasbord today. So we got the hot and spicy from Kroger. I was actually a big fan of these. The mayor didn't love them, but I liked them.
Yeah.
We've got just a couple of one of our, actually we got 4. We got 2 and 2 for the mayor and I. We got the Green Hatch chilies.
I mean, it's good he said that because he knows I would have gone 3 and 1 if he hadn't said anything.
Yeah, those are good. And then we got the Duke's hot and spicy. So we just got a little bit of a leftover day. We got some enjoyable food. Now, Richard, I have starred your question. We will answer that at halftime, just like anybody else that's coming in. And awesome, man. A lot of people doing some things. Ron's almost down 20 pounds. Woo!
Good
Let's
job,
go.
Ron. Hey, that is huge.
Oh man, absolutely.
All of a sudden, you notice that you breathe a little easier, or that you like a shirt fits better. Those feelings, that's where momentum starts. You know.
Yep, for sure. Ken got down to a 31 on his waist. Nice. Calves are huge. Nice. Learned a hobby. Very cool. And see what else that we have here. Starting back at the gym once I get my membership. Nice. Lost like 30 pounds after finding out he's diabetic. Wow. No sugar. Man, good for you. That is awesome. Very cool. Yeah, kettlebells are great. Yep, kettlebells are fantastic for you. Doug is down 115 to 120 pounds. Woo! Dylan, first time trying losing weight. He's able to lose 36 pounds. Wow, man, that's awesome. So cool. Lost 35 pounds. Goodness gracious, you guys are killing it.
Can we just say, like, how many shows start out with all these positives, all these not just goals, but achieved goals, and more importantly, I think new beginnings for a lot of people. That's the thing is,
cheers, you guys.
There's a lot to that. So this, I think, the first time Dan's ever actually got to have the Mountain Dew first, at least in a long time. So enjoy.
I think so.
How is it?
Delicious. I normally have a pop with either lunch or dinner, and then I skip those on Wednesdays to be able to have the show, and it's like a treat. I just wait for that, and man, I really, really enjoy it. Again, I do believe in everything in moderation. I think that you gotta have a little bit of fun. You gotta eat food that you enjoy. I think just life is too short not to, unless there's extreme situations, of course, and we understand that. So awesome, you guys. I'm gonna put a little scroll at the bottom there. What is the email? One more time for them on if they want to join the show next week, and then also another two-parter. Sorry, I'm pushing it today. How much is the fee, and how do they pay us?
All right. Now, did we end up going with an Apple Pay on that fee, or
we didn't
get a contract signed on that?
No,
okay, so
we did not get Apple Pay.
All right. So first question: beardadvicelive@gmail.com. As easy as it sounds. No spaces, no little underscores, just all those words together. Send in your photos, and then the cost actually, just as long as it's this week, right? Until next Sunday, or
I think we're gonna keep it going.
Okay, act now because it's actually free and it always has been. You know.
Yep. We've never charged. We don't try to make any money off this show. We're not against it, but that's never been a goal of this show. We just enjoy it. It gives us content. It gives us video ideas, and it gives us the joy of helping people out, building the community. Man, it's an amazing place, and brings us positivity. Blake says, "Can I take a second to say the quality of the stream is top notch?" Thank you, Blake. There is a ton of work, equipment, and tinkering that goes into getting this just right. There's a lot of stuff. One of the things I like about this show is normally I have a mic in front of me like this, or the mayor does. For this one, there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of food and demonstrations, so we had to get it right to be able to have a mic above us. We got to have camera angles. We got to have the ability to show things. You can see all this stuff. So thank you. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's greatly, greatly appreciated. So awesome, guys. We love it. We appreciate it. And keep those questions coming. That's become one of our favorite aspects of the show, is that halftime question segment. look at Beard Advice Live, looking all trendy, looking like a hipster garage that I would want to hang out in.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that one looks clean.
Like I want to go ahead. I just want to kind of go be there for a little bit, stand under the light, take a couple selfies. You know that when I do that, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, Corey. I mean, it's vast about what goes into everything that happens. And I mean, that goes for any job. That goes for whatever you do on a daily basis. I would probably be shocked at what goes into it. And it's no different here too. So yeah, man, thank you.
And the biggest thing is just practice.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's all you're talking about fine tuning, which is all every week we learn and modify,
Yep. No doubt about it. And even just getting. Oh man, there's so much to it, but we love it. It's genuinely a highlight of our week, and so we appreciate you guys for being here, for giving us a platform that we get excited about. We would be here if there were only 2 of you in here, but it's a little bit more fun when we get crowds and people giving comments and feedback and more help and more questions. That just kind of adds into the experience. So thank you guys. This is how the show works. Let's check it out. Oh, Mike, man, thank you, sir.
Wow, Mike.
Amazing. So Mike just gifted 5 memberships, you guys. This is something that supports the channel, gets you channel exclusive emojis, your name in green, a logo next to your name. Man, thank you, Mike. Super, super kind. That is awesome. Man, that's great. I love you too, fellas. I won't shave. Hey, thank you. That is definitely one way to show us that that you love us. So thanks. Hey, Robert. All right, Vado, nice. Vado got one. Did he really? Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys, this is how the show works.
This is Randy R. With an update. I finally did it and went bald or close enough to it. Got my beard trimmed a little, and my side done. What do you think?
Yep, and with this, guys, we will give advice on your beard. We will give advice on your head hair, your sideburns, whatever you are looking for. We will definitely be happy to give that advice. And with Randy, this was one where we had a little advice for his beard, but one of the biggest things that we wanted to push him on was, hey, we think it might be time to consider going bald and bearded, and he did it. Also, by the way, before I show this, it was first seen in our private Facebook group, which is?
Facebook, we are Command's Corner. Mm-hmm. Yes, and Command's Corner Facebook group had the same logo. Loved it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just search up beards, and we're one of the, I would have to say, the beard groups.
Yeah, yep, it's awesome. We definitely don't have the most numerous numbers out of the beard groups out there, but you will see that it's different, it's special. It may be the most genuinely active beard group on the internet. People posting questions, pictures, triumphs, and joys. It's an amazing place. Randy posted his update pictures on the group before the show. So some of you may have seen this, and let's go ahead and take a look to see what it looks like here. Boom, baby. So on the left-hand side, you guys, we have Randy. Here he goes. He goes, I'm Randy Robertson, like Duck Dynasty. I'm sure you've never heard that one before.
Yeah, and when they put it in like you know, they've heard it before.
Yeah, for sure. And Bill's a wonderful moderator in our group, and he says quality over quantity. We live that every single day. We have questions. We have a particular process for going into the group. And if it doesn't follow that process, we don't accept it. And we want to have quality members rather than just having great, huge members. So you're welcome. Thank you, Mike. All right, so yeah, the left was before, right? You could see the hair here. He had it pulled back, but you saw the line up here. And so we said, give it a shot, man. Let's see what you think. And so it looks like he went with a really low fade into a slightly longer hair on the top. And I love it, man. Love the beard. Randy, I am going to push it one more time. I want to see you razor it. I want to see that hair gone on the top. I think you have the perfectly shaped head for it. It's going to really bring out the beard even more. I want one more step. One more step. Go for it, man. It looks great. You got the training wheels on now. Let's remove the training wheels and go full force, bald and bearded.
I agree with Dan. But things, you know, we change in phases. If that's your comfort zone, do it. But he's right. When you're ready, that's going to be the next step. I think it is a natural course. And I also understand kind of really liking that fade, like respect to that, because it does look good. And you kind of like, hey, if it's gone, my fade goes away a little bit, right? Agree, but I think you should try it still. Dan was right.
Awesome, man.
Beard looks great. Mustache looks clean, and you know everything just looks purposeful. We say it all the time.
Yeah, and that is big. And you got a lot of people backing you up here. Bill says full bald would really set off that beard. I agree. John says take the leap, go full bald and bearded. Skull shaver, neither the mayor or I shave at all. Do you shave like your cheeks or anything still?
Once in a while.
Okay, so I don't have
Just
a
a bit.
razor. I don't touch a razor. Both of us have full heads of hair, so we are not doing that. But I have heard and seen that the skull shaver does great things. Yep, really, really great things. So, man, Randy, when you do, let's get another update with that final one. That'll be cool. I'll put 3 pictures side by side. One here before, middle, and then after. So, yeah, that would be cool, man. And yeah, and there's a ton. There's people I've heard of, like the Defender razor is really popular. I've heard of a couple of other ones that are really popular as well. Some handlebar mustache would be nice. No, so on this one, and Brian, he likes to throw it out there. That's his thing on that one. This one, I don't think a handlebar's in the cards, and that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. And yeah, see, look at Dan B has a skull shaver. John has a skull shaver. Can use it in the shower. That would be nice.
You can tell, not having ever shaved my skull, I can tell that's a good product because it's like kind of like our Aberlite. You know, it's the one, right? You hear about it all the time.
Yep. And that isn't usually hype. That isn't usually marketing, especially in this community. When something's repeated over and over again, it's usually for a reason. I actually had somebody comment on my Aberlite Pro video yesterday, and they said, this thing is a joke. What, am I supposed to use oil before it? Or this, I feel like it's a scam, and then I got taken, and I'm like, hey, scam, a joke? No, I've used this tool for every day for the last 3 years. I don't even work with this company or talk to them at all anymore, but I can't lie and say anything other than it's the best that I've ever used. And so it's just so interesting on those things where we've talked about it before. Practice, trial, error, understanding the tool can make a big difference too. So one day I'm gonna have to learn, and that I guess I've never really thought about the process of shaving your head. And G Squared said I only shave my head in the shower. Makes sense. Just get that going. I get it. Women shave their legs in the shower, so that makes sense. Cool. Randy, thank you for sending in, man. Great job. And I won't lie. I love when people listen to our advice, give it a chance, and then when they like it, that's so cool. So dang cool.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
This is Hugh V. Currently, I am on my second attempt at growing a beard after having given up 2 years prior due to a lack of self-confidence on how my beard looked. So far, I am 4 months into my beard and believe that the overall growth is looking good. But the overall growth is looking good so far, but I'm still struggling when it comes to growing hair on my face, such as on my cheeks and mustache area. Things I am doing now to try and stimulate growth include using CBD oils, using a beard brush, and exfoliating my face using a face scrubber and Model 6 beard comb from Chicago Combs. I know genetics plays a big part, but wanted to see if y'all had any tips to help me out on my journey. Any tips and advice is much appreciated.
Awesome. Thank you, Hugh.
Thank you, Hugh.
And real quick, guys, if we can, in the chat, let's throw a special happy birthday to Paul, a.k.a. X-Ray Freak. This is my buddy. Met him a bunch of times, been able to hang out. Super kind, awesome human. But it's his birthday today. So give him a little shout out. Say happy birthday to Paul, a.k.a. the X-Ray Freak. He does X-rays for a living. So awesome. All right. Let's take a look at the pictures. Then we'll pop back and see what's going on with Hugh here. Oh, nice, Hugh. Awesome, man. This is in the mayor's, like, I would say your sustained style, not like your journey where you're building up to it or going back and forth. This is kind of a similar length off the chin to when you maintain it. Maybe a tad bit longer, but very, very similar there. So awesome, man. Great beard. Okay, so he got rid of it because he didn't have the self-confidence. We've heard that a bunch of times. And he said, I'm struggling when it comes to growing hair on my face, such as the cheeks and mustache area. And okay, he gave us all the stuff that he's using. Any tips to help him out on his journey? First one, Hugh, you're super young, man. You are so young. Your beard is going to get better, likely until your early 40s, and then oftentimes even well beyond that, depending on lifestyle changes. But just truly give it time. For Hugh, if you're in the chat, drop your age there. I'm gonna say it's early 20s,
Yeah.
gotta be, right?
Yeah.
And so Hugh, man, I think you have fantastic style. I think you got a great beard. Nobody's worried about anything that's light in the cheeks or any other spot other than yourself right now. Everybody, especially your age, because they can't grow this, they see you and they think,
straight up.
dude, that's a great beard. I wish I could grow a beard like that. I promise you, almost everyone your age is gonna say that. So yeah, man, it looks truly awesome. And before I kick to you, here's a question. Can we tell them to stop shaping up? I don't actually see anything in here, Charles. I am a big fan of not over grooming. I don't like harsh lines. I don't like anything like that. I think that it looks awesome. If you're talking about shaping up, like trimming the bottom of the beard, I highly encourage him to continue to shape it up, because the only thing that I wouldn't want is if you are lacking coverage on the cheeks and the chin area, I don't want a super crazy long beard right now, because then it's not going to be proportionate. So I like the shape. I like the style. I think it looks really, really good for what he has right now, for sure.
I love your answer, especially when you talk about proportional.
Yeah.
That one thing I would suggest is, I think what you're subconsciously fighting is like it does. You grow so well on that jawline, which is a true natural early growth spot, but it's thinner up here. I would say consider bringing back the length on whatever it's at right now until you start to fill in on the cheeks, and that could be 5-10 years. But bring it back, keep it nice and clean like that until it, I think it's standing out to you. It's so dark and thick in contrast. So kind of proportionality, play around with bringing it back a bit, shaping it up like Dan was saying, and I think you'll be much happier until it does fill in, which you're going to have all the beard in the world someday.
Yeah. For sure, man. Beard Traveler said his didn't start, he couldn't start growing a beard until 30. We just saw his beard. It's a great one. Michael says he teaches driver's ed and the boy students are jealous of the beard. I think there's something to that, right? I think almost all younger boys, younger men really want beards, really look up to beards, but I think it's deeper than that, right? I think it's like this idea of trying to grow up too fast, trying to be this like man, and so they want that beard. They want to have it better than ever. Man, I'm telling you, Hugh, you've got a great beard. You got a great beard, just a little bit of time, and you're gonna have a fantastic journey ahead of you. And don't make a mistake, man. It looks great where you're at right now. If we didn't think it was great, we would say, let's go down shorter, right? Let's go way shorter and then let it fill in. We've done that. Last week was an example. And so you got a great beard, dude. Keep it going. Keep the healthy habits. Don't be so hard on yourself. Stress will not help your beard, but enjoying it and having confidence, I believe, will help it a lot.
Don't panic. Don't panic in those moments like where you want to, do little changes before you just give up on things.
Yeah. And last thing I'll leave with Hugh is I love the front view of your hair right here. Nice, clean, good style to it. Completeness maybe just between haircuts kind of situation. But please consider going way shorter on the sides. Not just right here, but all around. I want to see you take some weight and density out of the sides of your hair. Think about this area from this corner and then wrapping around towards the back of your neck. Kind of given the thickness of the back, almost like a little V shape. But really take it down low here, like maybe a 1 guard or even a 0.5. Probably not a bald fade, but take it down to a 0.5 or a 1, and then fade it up to this point on the crown, and really bring this lower on the sides. I love the front view. The top, don't touch it. Looks great. But that's just gonna make that pop really, really well. And yeah, this is exactly it. Taper all the way around. Oftentimes on this show, we just recommend to do a little fade right here. A taper all the way around is gonna do a great service to your style, and it's gonna make that beard pop even more. So just consider that. That would be the one styling advice that I would give.
Very cool.
Awesome, man. Thank you, Hugh.
This is Rux. I was wondering if you guys could give me some advice on how to fill my beard out. Should I trim the transparency? I've been trying to grow an awesome beard for quite some time now, and I get discouraged at times because it seems like it's just all over the place.
Interesting. So, okay, question for you, Mayor. That's back-to-back entries about being discouraged. We hear this on such a regular basis. We'll see waves, I swear it's contagious, where somebody online will shave their beard, then we see a mass movement of people shaving their beards, and it's almost always, hey Garrett, hey Shade, almost always because of their discouragement of their beard. What we know, of course, that it's, hey, comparing to somebody else, hey, they have that, I don't, I'm gonna get discouraged. I wonder if there's something else to it about us being so hard. I was actually talking to a company owner today, Dr. Nix, and he's gonna enter a beard competition. He's like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna do well. I'm like, dude, you have a great beard. And then it like dawned on me, I was at the competition judging on Saturday, and I was like, oh my gosh, these beards are phenomenal. But person after person kept coming up to me and saying like, you would win. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. And I legitimately was like, no, I wouldn't. And they're like, yes, you would. Why do we see ourselves in a lesser lens than what everybody else sees?
So I think at the core of it's confidence. We get this idea we're gonna grow a beard, right? Let's say the mayor gets this idea, he's gonna grow a beard. If he doesn't have Dancy with his crazy kind of like this or that mindset, I don't get there. Like if I don't have a show to show up for, I'm doubting myself. I'm like, I don't want to, it looks stupid, right? That's confidence. It's confidence. Yeah. And we don't want to practice. We don't want to practice. We don't want to take the time to get the knowledge, which is easier than ever on this channel.
Right.
We don't want to practice. We don't want to take the time. We don't want to admit that we need to ask questions. Beard Advice Live. And it's truly a bigger thing we're talking about here with guys.
Yeah, and Brian, I think he's being serious. I really believe there is some beard dysmorphia. I've heard people say things, and I'm like, I want to shake them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you have a great, unbelievable beard. And it's like you can't see it yourself. And we are our own worst critics. We do see like all of the imperfections. It's just such an interesting topic. And I think, and for some reason, it becomes embodied with our beard. Because like with our body, oftentimes as men, we try to convince ourselves that it's not that bad.
Right.
We've all been through that. If you've had kids, you've been through that. Where your lifestyle changes, your body changes, and you start wearing baggier clothes. You start not taking pictures. You start adjusting these things, and you're convincing yourself it's not that really bad. But our beard is the opposite. You convince yourself it's the worst. So it's super interesting.
In the beginning, because gosh, do you remember how hard of a time I had? Like, I didn't even talk to you as much as I do now, but like just all the kind of going back to work, anxiety, what are people gonna say? Like,
for sure.
It's that is so pervasive for some reason.
For sure. It's interesting. Because we are our own worst critics on some things, but others we're not. And it's interesting that it's always manifests itself on our beards. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. All right, so this is Ray. That's our Hux there. Awesome. All right, let's check out what Ray's got going for the beard. Awesome, Ray. Thank you for sending it in, man. I will say, there is one thing that I'm jealous of with my beard length is, let me bring this back. So these kind of chains are very in right now. Like, that's a very popular style. I literally wish I could wear a chain, but I don't think there's one that exists that will show through my beard. And so I don't get to wear those, but I would. Like, my style is very simple, guys. I've talked about this probably every week. I wear a plain shirt, I wear plain pants, and I put a little pop, a little zip on my shoes and in my hat. I would love to put a little pop on a chain like that, but it's not in the beard cards for me. All right, so let's see what Ray was asking about here. Okay. He said, advice on filling the beard out, and should he have a transparency trim? You want to start on this one? Yeah, go ahead.
This is why we asked for a front-facing picture and a side-facing picture. What we have is Ray is a natural kind of like, we need a transparency trim. You can kind of do the squint test right here and look at it, and you can see if we took maybe an inch off where it's thinner and it's longer and allowed for time where the bottom's filling in and everything's filling in, it's going to be a thicker and kind of just a more balanced beard. So just taking some off there. The sides, I don't think so. I think it's going to fit better too and balance with the sides as we grow to a bigger beard.
Yeah, for sure. And Leo says, wear the chain over your beard. That's definitely a look. Yeah, that you chain hang low, does it wobble to the flow? All right, don't want to get demonetized for the singing here. Man, you guys threw me off. Also, by the way, can we all agree the little preservative packet in the bottom of jerky packets is the worst thing known to man? either you feel like you have a little bit of weight left in there. I just did that. I'm like, oh, did I throw one away by mistake? I got excited. Like you found a $20 bill in your pocket? No, it was just the packet. Or if you have like the mingy, like the shaved jerky, and you're like, dude, I got a good one.
No, it's everywhere. All my foods.
I hate it.
It's always making me think there's an extra Starburst.
I hate it.
Yo,
and then you gotta be careful.
I like it's fresh, but
you gotta be careful because it'll kill your animals. They can't eat those things. But oh man. All right, Ray. Yeah, definitely, man. It is time for a transparency trim, and we don't say that in any kind of knocking or negative way. I do a transparency trim every couple of months. The mayor does it every couple of hours, so it just depends. It just depends on what your goal is, what your growth rate is. All I would do here is I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go right along the collar line, and I agree with the mayor. Leave the sides alone. Let's get a little bit of balance. If you notice, Ray, your beard starts out here, it swoops in and then back out again. I want to get rid of that back out again for right now and then start to work on a balanced, really nice volume beard. You guys, I adamantly want to get this message out there, and I know there's many of you that are right there with me. I really believe that a beautiful, purposeful, balanced beard is so much better than a long beard that's transparent, that doesn't have a good shape to it. I want that density and fullness, that purposeful style, rather than length. But as men, it's like programmed into us, and we want to have the longest beard possible. No. Let's have the best beard possible. And Ray, you're going to be a perfect example of addition by subtraction. Literally, I recommend trimming along your neckline right here, where you have that shirt line in this picture, a nice little rounded trim as you go through right there. And then we continue to grow, we continue to style. Don't touch your neckline if you are doing any kind of trimming or shaving. Doesn't look like you are, but leave that neckline alone. Let it grow back in. It's gonna be beautifully balanced, a great style. It's actually gonna look pretty dang similar to the beard before us. This would be almost your goal picture on your trim. See where this line is at right here? Rounded, balanced really well. Rounded, balanced really well. Ray, I believe that should be your line. I think that's going to make a really nice one. Corey says those packets don't taste good.
No.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't continue to chew just because they said to clean your plate.
Yeah,
go ahead and spit that out.
Right. So awesome, man. Please, anybody that does any of our advice, send in. Even if you don't, even if you're like, you know what, Dan is wrong, Mayor is wrong, the chat is wrong, I'm gonna do this instead, send in. This is just an opinion and personal preference. We are no more experts than anybody else out there. We're just sharing our perspective and opinions here. So awesome, Ray. Thanks for sending in, man.
This is Daniel W. Not my brother.
Might be.
Okay.
Surprise!
I shaved up. No, he didn't do that. So right here, I got you on the first sentence. Shaved up my beard right before Christmas. I wanted to surprise my 81-year-old mom. She was happy. I immediately started growing it back.
Yeah, not there either.
And yeah, true. And I've noticed that the sides aren't as full as they were. And maybe it's in my head, but it seems to be growing slower than it used to be. I've been taking supplements, using my oils and my butters, and keeping a good diet. I've included a before and after picture. Any advice or wisdom you can give me or impart would be much appreciated.
Thank you, Daniel. Another person real good with his words. Awesome, man. Okay, so we got before here. We got after. He's saying he shaved it down, and then now he feels like it's not growing back in as much. Daniel, we can only go off of the picture here, and I'm going to give you two different paths. The first, lisp much, Dan. The first path, I believe, is the true path. I believe that it is in your head. There is nothing in these pictures that would show me that you have any lesser growth anywhere on your beard as compared to over here. I actually really love the beard over here. I love the mustache is longer. I love the style is dialed in a little bit more. I really, really dig it. So I believe that there is no difference in your growth. I bet it's just a perspective thing. I bet it's just an idea of you being harder on yourself. Now, is it possible? Are there people that trim their beard, shave their beard, and then it does not grow in as well? Yes. Almost always the common denominator, and we will say this every week because it is true, is stress. If there is more stress in your life that will absolutely affect your growth rate. However, I'm not seeing that. So continue the vitamins, continue the products, lower your stress. All of those things will check out. But other than that, I think your beard looks immaculate. The improvement of the mustache is wonderful. Wonderful. Like absolutely wonderful. It is is nice. And Leo says it's not so much lesser growth than how long it was growing. Yeah, and that's a great perspective there too. If you're used to a certain length, you get accustomed to that. You get used to that. And maybe it's just that it's just not there yet, so it's playing tricks with your brain. That could be. Yeah, it really could be.
Mean and clean, Daniel. On the left, mean. On the right, clean. Both are great, and that's what I want to teach everybody, is that there are, especially for us shorter beard guys, there are different looks, and we got to love each one. I suspect that you grow a little faster on the jawline, and that's so you got like a little bit fuller, kind of natural look, and a little wet, a little bit of a shape that you're kind of missing, and maybe that's what's going on. In general, if you want, when you trim it, you might want to do it a little bit shorter here and leave this a little longer. That's kind of what I do, so I don't lose that same thing I think you're talking about. But it's going to come back, because if what we are guessing is you grow well in that jawline, it's going to balance back, and it will be back. And just live in the clean, because the mean's coming back.
For sure, man. And everyone's kind of saying the same thing. Anvil says it looks even to me, just shorter, which is throwing you off. I agree. And the top hairs just aren't as long right now. Yep, absolutely. What vitamins do you recommend? So, Andrew, you want to look at getting collagen peptides. You want to look at biotin. You want to look at just general vitamins that are good for hair and nails. I have a video on that. If you want to look up DNC Bearded Vitamins, I lay out exactly what I'm doing. Essentially, if it's good for your body, it's going to be good for your beard. It's just as simple as that. Good for your body, good for your beard. And remember, it was around Christmas, so not even 3 months. Wow, that is fantastic growth for 3 months. It really is. So awesome, man. Thank you for signing in. And again, thank you everybody that's in here right now. JP, I saw you come in. He said, long day at work. The good news for you, you are here, my friend. We hang out. We are positive, supportive, low-key, relaxed. This is going to be a good time. Hey, Mark, everybody else in here. And Daniel says, you guys are awesome, and thanks to everything you do for the beard community. Thank you, Daniel. You're actually the second Daniel Walker I know with a beard.
The 150 of you watching right now, if you guys are enjoying this, it is free, but what we would ask is a like. That helps us. Share it with someone. Tell somebody this week about it. That's how you pay us. That's what we do, and that's how we help, and that's how we help more.
Yep, truly. A true intention of this channel is to help as many beards in the world as possible. We want to be that channel. There's a lot of like great channels, a lot of great figures out there. Many of them have made public statements like, hey, I get hundreds of messages. I can't help everybody out with their beard style. I can't help. We can. This is what we do. So we want to be those people for every single person, every single time. So share it, like it, you guys. Cost you nothing, absolutely nothing. And you can make a big difference on a lot of people. Hey, Justin, thanks for coming in, man.
All right, this is Michael C. So attached are some photos of my beard stash, and I'm curious if I'm doing it correct. Do I need to keep the bulk of my beard very short, or shorter than it is, or longer? My stash, does it look correct? Should it be thicker on the sides of my mouth? I'm going for that larger style stash that goes down by the sides of my mouth. Am I trimming my jawline and under my chin too high? I also attached a photo of what I'm going for. Thanks for your help.
Super cool. So this is a really cool one, guys. Super unique style that I don't know if we've ever seen before on this show. And I love that he included a goal picture and then several views of his beard. Look at this one, and let's see what we got here. Awesome, Michael. So he's going with the beard stash, but it's the full stash that connects down to the chin. Love this. Absolutely love this. He's got the look, he's got the face for it, which is really, really cool. And he's saying, hey, just let me know. How am I doing? Do I need to go shorter with the beard? Do I need to go longer with the stash? How's my neckline? I'll start this one off, Michael. Number one, yes. If you are going for a beard stash, go shorter with the beard. Go down with a lower guard. Take it a little bit shorter. Because right now, it isn't super pronounced. Like, I would be like, he's got a thick mustache, but I don't know if I would call this a beard stash. It's close. I want to see the sides even shorter on this and then keep beefing up the mustache. Keep it going strong, especially connecting down here. If you notice, he's got the natural mustache part. And here's part of the like hidden trick once you get into mustaches. This section is not actually part of the mustache, but it is facial hair that is on like the goatee region that is trimmed to look like the mustache is continued. That's awesome. Ken will probably help me out in here. There is a referee in the UFC who has like a belly button mustache. It goes all the way down to his belly button. It's not actually his mustache hairs. It's his mustache going into those goatee hairs that continue to grow, but it looks like it continues all the way down. Again, that's a little trick. It's a little bit of secret that a lot of people don't like to admit. So go shorter here, go longer with the stash, and then your neckline for this look is totally fine. Totally fine. You could even, as you go shorter, Michael, if you go to this kind of stubble, you could go to that length all the way down your neck. It's just going to be that mustache that's popping out and making it even more. So that would be my advice on this one.
First of all, Michael, perfect style pick for your face. I think it just like fits
Agreed.
your vibe 100%.
Yes. Agreed.
Everything Dan said, my suggestion would be to rather than take anything off, let everything grow a month and then come back a little bit and do it. I think that it would be, that'll give. I think Dan, the neckline advice, let everything come together, because that mustache, you can kind of see his is longer a little bit, in the photo. So just like it's almost there a month away, and then go to your beard stash kind of look.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob used to rock this. Very cool, Rob. Thanks for sharing, man. Sterling makes a great point here. As we're giving advice, some of this particular advice is not general advice. This is one of the only styles where the high neckline works. I agree. Almost always when we're giving advice, this would be too high of a neckline, except for this style. So very, very good add-on there. Yep, very, very good add-on. Yeah, Eric has been rocking. JP, I watched a video on him today. I would say that he is almost flirting with just a mustache. Like I love the beard stash look on Eric. I love the beard stash look on Carlos Costa. I think Eric is almost rocking a straight up mustache right now, though. Hey, you're welcome, man. Thanks for nice to put the name connection there, Michael. So thanks for sending it in, man. Beautiful. All right, questions. How's this work, man?
Well, pretty simple, guys. Do you have any beard related questions for us? Do you wonder what a boar's bristle brush is for, or why is an ox horn comb a thing? Ask us right now, or anything else that you think we might have some kind of way of helping you with.
For sure. And I have a couple saved already. Charles wants to know, how often can I brush my beard a day? Charles, less is more. You want to avoid brushing your beard when you don't need to. Morning and night is ideal. Morning and night is ideal. Anytime in between that, you want to make sure you're going gentle. Don't work the tool, let the tool work. I really like that quote. I think I made it up, but who knows? You never know if you heard something or anything. How do you feel about VO5 on your beard? One of the least recommended things I could possibly offer you. I could go down the ingredient list and break it down and tell you why this shouldn't be there, this shouldn't be there, the pH isn't right, the blend is not right. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you think is best. Some people have recommended that. From my knowledge, my understanding, I actually had a full-out meeting today developing a beard wash for a high-profile company that will be in stores all across the country, and was working with the lab. This is a big no. Big no. We were actually going over no examples, and this was one that was very similar to the no. So yeah. Dan C, using my new hair dryer, I find my beard is extremely soft. I used it to gauge the feel of my beard and how often to use wash. Should I still use a gentle wash daily? Depends on your lifestyle. I do. The mayor does. There's nothing wrong with using a gentle wash daily. If you aren't sweaty, you aren't dirty, you can work in some rinse days. But it just personal preference there, man. A blow dryer shouldn't change your wash schedule. If you were happy with your washing before, a new upgraded blow dryer should not change that. I would get your schedule and make sure you stick with it. All right, tips on how to wear a helmet without completely destroying your styled beard. Whew. All right, so quad, riding dirt bikes, quads, motorcycles. Anybody in the chat have any advice for Grouse for wearing a helmet and not destroying his beard? Grouse looks, and I know you were on the show recently, and we have similar beard shapes and length and style. No, I don't have it. I don't wear a helmet, so I don't have much there for you.
I'm gonna say always wear your helmet and then style your beard because we want you with that helmet on.
Yeah.
I think it's a simple choice, and just take the extra time. It's worth it on both. Worth having a beard, worth having a helmet.
Yeah,
Wearing
absolutely.
A helmet,
Absolutely. And some people are giving some help in the chat that will know way more than we will, so this is why you guys are here, man. We have no problem saying when we don't know something. We have no problem saying we'll find out and get back to you. And we have no problem tapping into people with more experiences than us. I'm basically at the point where my beard covers the skin about a month's growth. Can I use my boar's bristle brush or heated brush? Boar's brush, yeah, you can start using that day one. Heated brush, Andy, the rule that we like to say is when you can pinch and pull the hair. That's the point when you can start using it. But don't use it until you need it to be controlled. At a month, there's not going to be a whole lot of craziness there. Probably, you're getting close. Yeah, you're getting close. Feel free to send in, Andy, and we'd be happy to tell you if it's time or not. Yeah. I'm horrible and comb my beard. It becomes a thing, right? There's some people that will comb their beard all day, brush their beard all day, pick at it. It's not good for it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I would try to avoid it if you could. I don't really, if I do anything to my beard, it's this during the day. That's about it. It is. And man, it just works out. It really does. Somebody asked me about bad beard days on Monday. Once you get your style down, once you get your routine down, you really don't have them. Like, there's different climates, different experience. If I go to Florida, my beard's gonna look different, but it's not like a bad beard day, you know? So I thought that was a good, interesting question. But it's also hard to answer to say, no, you don't have bad beard days. You know what I mean? That is tough.
Yeah.
All right, Mayor, what Chicago comb for a medium length beard?
Well, I think the number 8 is the handle. You know, the medium length beard, there's nothing more soothing than a number 8.
Maybe a number 6 if you want more of a traditional style of a comb. That's more like the Kent comb one. But especially if you're gonna grow any longer, go with the 8 for sure. Because you at your beard length, you prefer the 8 too, right?
Yeah, it's just right, and just the handle, the balance. The precision more than you even realize.
Yeah,
it just feels good. Works well.
Blake, if it is not an Equate, I think that is the. What brand is that? Is that Walmart brand?
Yep.
Okay, that's the Walmart brand of conditioner. No, I would not recommend that for your beard. That is designed for head hair, which has a different structure of the hair, different sebum levels, different everything. So no, I would not do that. My beard feels dry after washing dish with hot water. Curtis, if your beard's feeling dry, man, there's a million things. You might need to drink more water. It might be the actual type of wash you're using. Might be how you're using the wash. Might be the oil you're using afterwards. It might just simply be a misunderstanding of what dry is. Because technically, my beard is dry right now. If I run my hand over my beard, there is no moisture. There's no oil. But my beard is not dry. It's not itchy. It's not brittle. So, yeah, that's a tough one. Tough one. The stash hairs stay short and thick in that case. Oh, yeah, okay. Grow your beard out the same length as the stash, and you can decide. Yeah, they probably will stay short and thick. Yep, that's interesting. I haven't thought about that when that previous style we had. Dan, do you still take the same men's multivitamin? Yep, I do take a men's multi right now. The brand, I'm not sure if the brand is the same one, Caleb. That is one area where I do have room for growth, but it's a vast area, is understanding which vitamin companies are absolutely the best and which aren't. That's a whole world. God, it's a whole world, yeah. Hey. Do you think the Babyliss Pro blow dryer is worth the price? Yes. JP, this is someone who I'm very frugal. I'm very cheap. We had a $20 hair dryer.
I beg to differ on cheap.
Okay, frugal, yeah. I'm not cheap. I take care of people. I'm
Right.
cheap on myself. I'm cheap on myself, I would say. Thank you. I went from a $20 hair dryer to a $120 Babyliss. They didn't send it. They didn't pay me. We bought it. I love every penny of that purchase. Still to this day. What would you say is the difference with a quality hair dryer over a not quality hair dryer?
Everything. The amount of air it uses, how well the cord winds up, how it feels in your hand, the options that you have. It's a tool you know, if you're doing it right, you're using it every day. If you use something every day, you should invest in something that's quality.
And I've had that theory too, where I have my phone every day. Okay, let's get the phone I want. I sleep on a bed every day. Let's get a nice bed, right? Those things that you do every day, invest in that. Invest in that for sure. All right, what types of combs are you using right now?
I use like a bag brush. Mine's from Beard Octane, but you can get them all over.
Yep.
And I use actually the Chicago Pet comb in the shower or bath to get it into my condition, all that. Those are the two big ones I use. How about you?
Yeah, I only use the Chicago comb number 8. That's it. That's it. If you're outside and it's very windy, is it normal to get temporary split? Yes. Oh, Michael. Yes. 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 My enemy of style is the split, and it's from the wind. At the beard competition, I was the judge. I have a great beard. If you see pictures, there is some splitting. When I'm in the studio, my beard is, like, come on now. Come on now. But if I do get out into the wind, what happens when you get to a certain length is your beard does this. It just simply goes to the side. And then when it comes back, it's gonna come back to the middle, but now you have that split. You can have the most dense beard in the world, you can have the nicest beard in the world, but simply that idea of having that backboard where your beard is going to split is going to make that happen. Yes, yes, yes. Man, that's a big pet peeve of mine for myself personally. Big time, big time. So I shower when I get home from work, which is early evening, about 6 p.m. I oil right after. Should I be buttering then also? Corey, truly personal preference. You can throw it in after that, no worries. You can get your beard damp again before bed. Just depends on what you want. If I was in your situation, I would wait until just before bedtime, get it damp and go through. I just don't like going through the day with having solid products on my beard. They're literally just the way they work. They're greasier, right? They have some oil to them. They don't fully absorb in. That's their purpose. That's their goal. When I sleep, I don't mind. I'm on a silk pillow, so it's not soaking into the pillow, and I'm not touching my beard and then touching my phone and touching other people. So that would be for me. I think you're pretty much the same way, right?
Except for the silk pillowcase, which I am. Next time around, I'm gonna give that another try because I feel like kind of I understand the idea. When you wake up in the morning, your beard's more like it hasn't been so like kind of smooshed or. And what is about the silk? Just the friction. So just the rubbing create like.
Yep. Makes sense. And also, cotton is going to soak up the products that you're putting in your beard. So even I know you went through a period where you didn't use butter for a little bit or consistently. It could be even people have experiences with that butter being leached into bad cotton products. And just anybody out there, if you don't believe me, just Google what's better for skin and hair, cotton or silk. Find any article you want, you'll see the same answer. Mary, what is your affiliate code right now for the AberLite Pro?
I believe it's 10%. It is Mayor
Pro?
Mayor Pro 10.
Yeah, Mayor Pro 10. Now, they do switch that code, which we are not fans of, but it is what it is. But yeah, Mayor Pro 10. Guys, reach out to him anytime you need a Brio code, an AberLite code, any tool code out there. Reach out to him. Mayor, where can they find you?
Easiest would be Instagram, at Mayor's Beard Journey. That's where I am the most. But also Facebook. We have the Commands Corner Facebook group. You guys can find me there. Find me here on YouTube. Just find me. I'm here.
Put out the bat signal with the top hat. When I try to trim my beard, I just even an inch, I end up cutting 3 and try to even it all up. Oh, that's Anvil, that's the game. You're like, oh, it's uneven. Let me go higher here. Oh, higher here, higher here. Ooh, that's slippery. Today I took a string and hung it from my ears. Oh, interesting. Bad idea? I don't see any bad in that. Do you think of anything bad?
Not really. No.
Other than the string moving?
If it helps you, yeah. Just be careful what you add to your processes. Sometimes you overcomplicate. But,
Yeah. Charles says, I might be fed up with products. Interesting. I love and crave products. What dangers do I face without them? Nothing dangerous. What you're going to face is slower beard growth, a worse looking beard, a worse smelling beard, and above all, a worse feeling beard. Like, this isn't snake oil. This isn't some like gimmick or anything. If you don't believe me, anybody out there, go a week without beard products and then go a week using quality beard products and quality procedures. We've heard with so many different things, that doesn't work for me. This doesn't work for me. I'm not saying you're saying that, Charles. Just giving you an example on the peripheral. This doesn't work, but they weren't using it correctly. They weren't using it right. If you're using a beard product that has silicones as the first 3 ingredients, you're not actually using a beard product. You're using something that is disguised as a beard product. So you're not gonna harm yourself, but your beard's just literally, when you do stuff the right way, it looks better. It feels better for you, for other people. I just touched 30 beards on Saturday. The part of the competition was the feel of their beard. I can tell a healthy beard. The smell, the everything, the purposefulness. So the danger would be the perception of how people see you and judge you based on that appearance and smell and feel. So good question there, man. I would encourage you to try to find products that you enjoy, right? I love mint scents. I love citrus scents. I love floral colognes, aquatic colognes. They make me happy. My beard looking good, feeling good makes me happy. It really is. I am the opposite of fed up. I'm addicted in a great way.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll go even further. Just be mindful, guys, that you don't get too far with this. Start taking care of your beard. Start feeling good. Mm-hmm. And then you start applying that to everything, all the things. And it just stacks and stacks and stacks. And that's how you create that real confidence that we talk about.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, Seth, thanks for stopping in, man. Daniel says, smash that like button. Thank you, guys. We literally have at least 40 people who have not hit the thumbs up. Just consider it. Yep, just consider it. Yes. Dan, does it ever happen for you to lose a small clump of 5 hairs at once? If it does, then there's always a reason. It could be like a stripping wash, or I didn't drink enough water the day before, or maybe I was traveling and I forgot to use beard butter. There's almost always a reason for it. And especially with my hairs being long, if I lose 5 at once, I really notice it. That's a big deal. My lovely bride and I of 30 years, let's go, Lance.
Lovely.
Are going to Hawaii for 11 days in May.
Nice.
Oh man, my birthday's May 11th, Lance, just keep that in mind. Humidity levels, yep. Ken is in here right now who lives in Hawaii. What styling recommendations or oil butter do you have? Lance, I'm actually super passionate about this answer. When you have a beard of substance, a beard that has some length and some body to it, right?
A beard of substance.
That's a good
possible memoir.
That's a good phrase right there.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
I had
good.
to say it. And I don't have often interrupt.
That's good.
Beard of substance.
I like that.
That hit.
Remember that, guys. I said it. That's good. I recommend, Lance, during the day, going light oil, as light as possible, and oil only. I personally do not recommend fighting humidity with balm, with wax, with any of that. Embrace the volume you're gonna get. Embrace the texture you're gonna get. When I go to Florida, my whole perception of my beard, my whole thought of what it's gonna look like and feel like changes and shifts. It's a different thing. Don't battle the humidity, try to embrace it. Light oil and just go with it. I think that you will like it. And here's the crazy thing. Humidity is not great for our style, but it's so good for your skin and hair. So good. Dry skin and a dry climate is not good for your skin and hair. Humid is so good. So good. And Ken down here says that he lives there. He said, I go with a medium or a light oil, straighten more than normal, and then the humidity will curl it back to normal. That's always a good tip for Ken, too. He over straightens it and then lets it come back to the middle. Good. Nicholas says, Babyliss Pro is a great choice. Yeah, he just made the change and just bought it there. 120. Yeah, the Dyson's 400. Yeah, the Dyson's 400. Here's a good question for Braden. He said 30 plus years. Any advice on marriage? Absolutely. All right, how's it going? We're doing good, TJ. Thanks for coming in, man. Absolutely. My wife of 30 years plus is a hairdresser and swears by Babyliss. I pretty much only use Babyliss now. I wanted their heated brush to be good. Unfortunately, that's the only bad tool I've found from Babyliss yet. My clippers, my trimmer, my foil shaver, my blow dryer, my cold brush, which is amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on it yet because I'll get super made fun of, but it's amazing.
Why do you think you get made fun of?
Because it's just a little bit ridiculous,
dude.
To have a cold brush.
I take baths. I use face lotion.
Yeah.
I'm the ridiculous guy, so you don't need to worry about it.
I hear you.
But you want me to do the video? I got you. I'm just kidding. I do want to try it at some point, low-key.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. You have to. It's so satisfying. Do you recommend? And it gets cold. It's like chiro. Is that what the right word? Chirotherapy.
Yeah.
Chiro. Yeah. So it's chirotherapy. It's crazy how cold it gets.
Not Kylo Ren, but chirotherapy.
Yes.
All right.
Do you recommend the Chicago Pet Comb over the Live Bearded Comb? I don't think either of us have tried the Live Bearded Comb. Usually Live Bearded's in here on Wednesdays, but they're slacking. Nate, I see you. I'll remember that. Yeah, I remember that. As soon as you go through. Okay. I tried the method dancing in the mirror and wanted your opinion. With the dropper from beard oil bottle, have you ever just dropped the oil? Carlos, I've seen many people do that where they'll apply it to specific spots. The only time where I think that logically makes sense and works is if you are triggering a specific area that is a problem or is dry. Let's say you always have like a dry patch at a certain spot. I can see that. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to spread that product evenly. I am not a fan of applying that dropper. And if you do, make sure you don't get it down to the skin because then you're gonna be introducing dead skin cells into the top of that pipette to be fancy. You ever tried that? Put the dropper right into your beard?
No. No. I just, I don't know. I feel like it kind of would be interesting. But, again, it's probably a bigger beard guy kind of thing. A shorter beard guy doesn't really think about, like, the depth of the beard.
Yeah. Michael switched from cotton to satin. Huge difference. Yeah. So the jump from cotton to satin or the jump from cotton to silk is huge. I mean, huge. The jump from satin to silk is smaller for me. There isn't a massive difference in satin to silk. One is man-made, one is natural. I like the naturalness of silk. One feels a little bit smoother, a little bit colder, but if you were like, hey Dan, I have a satin pillowcase, should I upgrade to a silk? I would say you're doing fine. Satin's great. Now, if you told me which one would you pick, I am picking silk, but they're both great. So much better than cotton. Switch your sheets next too, guys. That's the big one. Yep. You talk about pillowcases being a huge help, but what about actually pillow companies? I have a purple holds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about the actual.
So
one.
like with interesting.
The actual pillow.
Does the give have anything to do with the live?
Whatever makes you sleep the easiest and the best, that's what's going to be the best for your beard. More sleep, good for your beard. Less tossing and turning, good for your beard. So yeah, it's probably just a straight up personal preference thing. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever people ask why I use beard products, I tell them and get the same response. Is this a pitch or pyramid scheme? No. Yeah. Dude, Corey, you're telling me. I make a channel that talks about beard products. I make a channel where I make money off of companies selling beard products, so those accusations are always going to be there. And it's like, I just want you to try it. Like, the difference is so real. Like, it is so real. And I wouldn't have a growing channel if that wasn't true, right? If I said, hey, try this stuff, people tried it and thought it was garbage, I would lose subscribers, right? I would lose this platform. So yeah, man, I know exactly what you're talking about there. Everyone wants to think it's a scam. And we're just kind of programmed that way now, which is sad. Yeah,
to be defensive immediately?
Yeah. Yep.
Shouldn't be that way. It's a lot of wasted anger. Like just like negativity, I guess.
As someone who used to have a beard without products, the difference in products is absolutely astounding, and everyone noticed it. And that is true. When I said like the danger is perception, that's true. People notice it. They really, really do. When someone sees my beard, they know I take care of it. It's just as simple as that.
a statement without saying a word.
Ooh,
That was like a commercial growing up. It was
I
like,
bet.
It was like Estee Lauder perfume or something.
Do you guys mix scents with oils and butters or try to utilize unscented? All the above. I generally try to stay in the same scent family at least. If I use a mint scented oil, I want to use a mint scented butter or something that pairs well with it. Citrus and citrus. What about you? Do you mix match? Do you stay true?
No, exactly as you. You
Yeah.
know, I to a point, but
Exactly.
I've made mistakes and regretted it as well.
Yep.
To the point of washing it out once in a while.
Yep. Trent wants to know, do either of you have merchandise? So yes, we have a shop. My wife does. I will get you a link here. It is actually going to open up on Monday. It is closed right now with her shop renovations, but it will be back up on Monday. The mayor is rocking one of her shirts right now. So that's Stay Bearded.
How about that?
Yeah, he's rocking the hat too. So we definitely do. Who asked that one? Trent. Trent, I'm going to tag you in the chat right now. But yeah, guys, Monday, officially, Sam's shop will be open, and we are excited. We got some new shirts, some new designs. It's going to be pretty cool. No hats right now, but those will be coming. All right, no butter at night. No, definitely butter at night, Scott. I was, with that, I was just talking about the day. Butter at night when you go to sleep, yeah, absolutely. So you say only oil and humidity? No, butter at night for sure. Thank you for asking for clarification there. Yeah. Should you rotate beard oil you use regularly? Personal preference here, Seth, but I would say yes, there is scientific benefits to it. I have a video if you want to look up beard plateau, although just those two words, my video will be on the top, and it talks about the benefits you get from rotating through different carrier oils. Now, do I believe you can have a great beard by just using one quality beard oil? Yes, I do. Absolutely. But you might not know until you experience the other side of those, right? I do know people that have stayed with one beard oil, they've tried rotating, and they've felt a difference. I can't think of anybody that did that and said, I didn't feel any difference there, but I'm sure it exists. But yeah. Cold brush versus cold water rinse, two different purposes, Corey. The cold water rinse is gonna have its impact internally with the blood flow. The cold brush is gonna have it on the actual hairs. Think of it as like an extreme cold shot from the hair dryer. Yep, extreme. It's mainly for making it feel. What's the benefit of the cold brush? It's locking in your style. So I'll explain it like this. Think about I know I've said this a million times, but I love making videos, you guys. I have a video on this too. If you look up beard glass transitional phase, and Doug's on it. Thank you, Doug. Beard glass transitional phase. Essentially, our hairs are in like a solid-like state right now. When you use heat on them, they become much more malleable and they can move. It's just like glass. When you have glass at a solid, right, you can knock on it, kind of like this plastic. When you heat glass up, it becomes malleable. It's not exactly a liquid, but it is something you can form, and then once you cool it, it locks it in place. Our hair literally does the same thing, and it's actually named glass transitional phase. So if you use heat like I do, or the mayor does, you then get it into that glass transitional phase, you get it the way you want it. Now, how do you keep it that way? You lock it in with something cold. A cold shot from a blow dryer, or like this brush, you lock it in with that cold brush. So it is locking in your glass transitional phase. Does the cold brush straighten like the heated? No, it just locks in the styling. And it just feels really good.
It does.
Because after a hot shower,
I'm like, I kind of have an idea in my head what it does, and I'm like,
it's really
can't
nice.
be. It can't be.
Yeah. Because you guys know after a hot shower, you get those clean sweats. That's the worst. That is the absolute worst. Silk pillowcase lasts forever, though. How often do you want to buy pillowcases? Wow. That's a great point. That's a great point. Cotton's going to break away, wear away. Silk is forever.
Unless you happen to have a Slurpee and you happen to spill it on the silk.
Well, no, silk is that, so that you have to wash silk in a particular way, but it's actually like one of the things that's easiest to clean. So yeah, but you gotta be careful with the drying and all that.
It was a red Slurpee. I mean, maybe.
I've been using a round brush versus a brush. I see a difference in my beard already. What's your opinion? Personal preference there, man. Round brushes are great. Yep, nothing wrong with that at all. Man, I'm gonna have to make a video on this, even though I have no experience with
Calling you, yep.
it. Mayor, what is our advice right now for somebody that's using a CPAP device? This is a device that helps you sleep.
Anymore. I got you. We have a Facebook group, and it's called Command's Corner, and there are many threads with 100 comments on it. This is a common thing for guys with beards, and we suggest that you jump in, search up, sleep mask or whatever, and you're gonna find not only some great answers and ideas, but some great friends.
Yep. The threads on the CPAP is like one of the most proud threads we have in that group for me, because it's so helpful, and there's absolutely nothing added from the mayor myself. So yeah, I love that. Mark is going to Florida in May. We'll be swimming a lot. Should I wash my beard as soon as I get back from the condo? Mark, yes. Doug will hook us up with a link in the chat. But Mark, you want to look up my newer one of Dancy Bearded saltwater and chlorine. I give you the before and the after of what you should do for your beard. That will help out a lot. Unless I missed it, do you think after 2 years you may do a new morning routine video? So the last one that I've done, Ron, is, here's another searchable one, is if you look up Dancy Bearded heated brush and blow dryer, not the one where I'm holding it up like this, but where I'm actually doing them. That's still my exact daily routine, now with the only difference of a cold brush at the end. So it's pretty much the same thing. I go oil, comb it through, wait 5 minutes, blow dryer, get dressed, everything, let the heated brush heat up, and then I do my mustache, my sideburns, and my underlip. It hasn't really changed. I've really got it kind of dialed in. Yep, I love it. Absolutely love it. So heat it, then freeze it. That could be like a good, like if a company came out with a, company comes out with a combo of a heated brush and a cold brush, they sell it, and then their slogan is heat it, then freeze it. That could be good.
Cool it. Maybe don't freeze it, guys.
Yeah.
Do you think that could actually work?
Yeah, for sure.
Anything can actually work,
Oh yeah. Scott says.
So you have the option of both. Oh, sorry.
Scott says I have a video today. I saw a video today reporting cold plunges could be a health risk if you have high risk conditions. Scott, I would raise you and say literally everything is a health risk if you have high risk conditions. Literally everything is more risky when you have those conditions, for sure. Even exercise is more risky. Even drinking healthy amounts of water is more risky. So if you have a heart condition and anything that's going to bring your heart rate up, it's going to be more risky. So yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Cold plunges are so good for you though. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see here if we got any other ones as we're coming through. Great questions, by the way, guys. All right, I think we cleared them. Shout out to Doug, killing it on the links, my man. Thank you, sir. All right.
This is Mike M. I've been absorbing a ton of great information over the last few weeks of stumbling upon this group. So first and foremost, thank you and everyone in the Facebook group as well. I feel it's my duty to contribute to Beard Advice Live, as I always learn from other people taking the leap and putting themselves out there. I added some shades for some online anonymity. My long-term goal, it just happened too.
I struggle with anonymity.
Anonymity. My long-term goals are unclear. Beard, natural or straightened, faded, God of War, I just don't know. Maybe you have a thought or two. I'd appreciate any suggestions you have for this unruly stage of my growth. The underjaw growth seems to curl forward and up at times, even with heat. To be honest, when I use heat, it curls more. Always after oil and 8 in 5 minutes. Per your recommendation, I stopped cutting the neckline. With these updated pictures, do you still feel as though I should let that grow out? My side beard under the earlobe has started to curl back to my hair. Is that simply a lack of a trim for me, or should this be grown and trained down? Lastly, under my bottom lip, but above my chin, has hair that just won't lie down. Super annoying and gets in my mouth. Will length help this, or should I just let it trim? Should I just trim it down?
All right, Mike, thanks for sending it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the beard, and then we'll come back and break these down one by one. Take care, Corey. Thanks for being in here, man. Sorry for the long email. No, dude, this is detailed. There's no fluff in there. Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Awesome, man. Great beard.
You're like, hit me.
Yeah,
Hit me.
like
Yeah.
texture, color, you got the hair. Oh yeah. But I do think we will be able to help you out here. So his long-term goal is unclear. We don't have a goal to work off of right now. So suggestions you have for this unruly stage of growth. So first off, he's at this stage right here. Mike, you've heard us say it a few times tonight, but heat, my friend. If you feel like your beard is unruly, the way that you get it contained is by using heat. For your density of a beard, I strongly recommend a blow dryer. A heated brush is going to likely make it too straight. Blow dryer, you can use a little bit less heat. You can get a little bit more volume in there. I would even push back a little bit and say I don't think that it is too unruly though. Like I don't see this and think like, this beard needs to be tamed.
No.
You know, like it's just like, hey, that beard's got some character. All right, Garrett, take care, buddy.
See you, Garrett.
Okay. My under jaw growth seems to curl forward and up at times. To be honest, when I use heat, okay, so he uses heat, it curls more. Okay, so he's talking about this bad boy here coming through. Yeah, Mike, you're just at a stage right now where it's in between. You are at a stage where you can't go back towards your neck. You can't fully go straight down. And you're kind of rocking the going out one. For that specific question, you just have to keep growing.
And over a month, it'll fade. Like there are so many phases like that.
Yep.
You have to just trust and ride out. Trust and ride it out.
And people will say like the awkward phase, like it's really early on your beard. There's several awkward phases. You're at one right now where it's that transition between short and then medium. You're gonna hit another one once it starts laying on your collarbone. That's another awkward phase. So you have several of them. You're right in the middle of one, just ride it out. Per your recommendation, stop cutting the neckline. Do you feel as though I should let it grow out? Okay. Yeah, stop touching the neckline. You are complete. Your beard is almost at your shirt length. No reason to do anything down here. Yep. No touching the neckline. My beard curls back towards the earlobe. Okay, so we see this a lot commonly here. So he's saying going down right here. Do you see anything wrong with the shape and style of it going back towards the ear?
I like it.
Yeah, Mike, it looks great, man. This is, as it gets longer, you can start to train it a little bit more too. There's nothing wrong. We've seen like really like looping ones and your hair is really dark, so you don't want to go too crazy. I like the way that it looks right there. Yep, I think it looks really, really good. Leo brings up good perspective. He says, don't worry about your beard under the jaw. Nobody looks at that angle. Great point. Great point. That is true. And, okay. And then lastly, under my bottom lip above the chin, the hair won't lie down. Don't you dare drink that, Mare.
My moment.
This is his world. Because I don't remember experiencing this. But the Mare was like a big standout moment for him.
I think
so
it has to do with chin shape.
Could be,
because I kind of have like these divots and stuff.
Yeah.
And I really didn't put that together till I shaved and saw my chin again. Always fighting the stick outs.
Makes sense.
Basically, just like the advice on the other side is the fly outs, the flyaways, they will eventually get long enough to where they lay down. And it is crucial that you just leave them alone and don't mess with them, because you can just tell the guys that have never gotten past that phase. You look at their and they just kind of fight it, and if you can ride it out, again, it's a fuller, more real kind of feel.
So he's saying his is pretty extreme, and I mean, when you see this you're right. This is from his chin dipping out, right? Having that pronounced chin. He's saying that he eats these hairs.
It's still because they're short. It's still because they're short, and eventually they will more naturally roll up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I hear you.
Heat, my friend. Don't overheat, but try to control it the best you can. And as they get longer, they will sit down. The Mare has gone through this several times. So, yeah, truly.
Interesting, though, like that chin shape thing. I kind of had thought that before, but that's why we do this show.
You see it right there.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing that. And I don't have that kind of chin. My chin does not jet out at all. I don't have anything. I don't have like a chiseled chin or anything. It's just it's kind of there. Yeah, just kind of there. So awesome, Mike. Thanks for sending in, dude. That hair is flowing and dripping. You're killing it, man. That's a great look. Great look.
This is TB. the attached photo is from 2 years ago, taken at 13 months of beard growth. My beard is coarse and very curly, wiry, and while I have no problems with the thickness, the sideburns have a mind of their own and are very difficult to manage. I don't use balm as I don't like the feel. 2 questions. 1, what do you recommend for taming the sideburns? And 2, do you think any trim of the length is in order? Thanks.
Perfect. And TB, you're in the right place. We don't like balm or use balm either, so don't worry there. All right, sideburns, and then trim the length. Is that in order? Awesome, man. All right, so 1, if you have a beard of this length and stature, my recommendation is stop wearing bright shirts underneath it. My goodness, dude.
But we can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. If you did that for our picture here, thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. But I could never wear a yellow shirt. And that can make it a little bit misleading when it comes to the style and shaping. Because on the side, look at how ridiculously full this looks. On the front, not as much because of that yellow shirt. Okay, sideburns. You are gonna want a combination of trimming and styling. I would 100% look. I had a recent video, I forget the exact name of it, but I showed how I actually trim my sideburns, and it was such a more simple video than I even planned. I took my clippers with 1 guard, whatever the number was, and just went once, and I had the perfect sideburn trim. So I would 100% trim your sideburns, and I do believe it is time for a transparency trim all the way around. Trim your sideburns here with a guard, and then take off the guard, and you're gonna trim right here. This line is crystal clear, boom, and then around about on the sides, a 1/2 inch or so, and then on the bottom, around a full inch. You're just gonna go a little transparency around the outside, and once you do that, man, your beard is going to be ridiculously dense and thick. Ridiculously.
Yeah, this is a great example of growing past and coming, having so many options with like the trim styles, all the looks that you would want.
Agreed fully. Yeah, this is a perfect example of that. Good, man. I think that's pretty clear cut one. Yep, looks really, really nice. The only other thing, and this is interesting, chat, give your thoughts here. You have a very high cheek line. I almost always say leave the cheek line alone. But your cheek line actually connects to like the tippity top of your mustache, which is not common, right? You see my cheek line, I get a little bit of a natural little dip here and back up. Yours is connecting to like the base of your nose. So think about if my cheek line here was going to my nose, that's a much different one. And then the mayor, turn just slightly. The mayor's is even lower than mine. And then when you check yours literally is going from your sideburn up here to the bottom of your nose. That is some crazy great coverage. Great coverage. I might consider, you have dark hair, so it's tough. You're gonna have to keep up with it. It's gonna be a lot of maintenance. But I might take it down to this natural point right here. And I can see either way. Ideally, I would like to see it lower, but I understand the work and maintenance that's gonna go into it. Yeah. Maybe a 3 guard. TB, check out that video I just recently did. You're going to be in the 3 to 4 guard range. Yep, exactly. Yep. And it's not a lot. Said leave the cheek lines alone, so it's not a lot. Yeah, it just depends on. This is an extreme one. You see what I'm saying there? Like that cheek line is wildly high.
I would suggest splitting the difference and kind of like Dan always gives that great advice to kind of just like drawing that angle. And so you can, exactly, down to the corner of the mustache.
Exactly. I would go from here to the corner of the mustache. This is one of those rare times that I do believe the maintenance is worth it. I do believe. Then Mike asked a great question here. Should he trim the sides below the ears? Again, almost always I say no. I would. Yeah. This section right here, I would trim that part.
Agreed.
Yep.
And those little touches are going to make a night and day. I think that's going to be that control you're kind of looking for.
Yeah. Beard. Oh, he said, I meant to say, why not let it grow? I think it just looks better. I think that with his style, his density, I think he has like a long God of War look. A long God of War look. And this just isn't as full as over here. I'm a big fan of density and fullness. So that would be, that would be my advice.
If he's there are guys out there that are wild beard guys.
Yeah.
But what we're kind of about here is little adjustments to make it the most.
Yeah, absolutely. And he said he's tried the cheek line but never quite liked it. Yeah, and you gotta know your situation. Won't gravity take that over? No. Nope, not in the slightest. Gravity will have nothing to do with these hairs right here. Everyone wants to think that, but it doesn't actually ever do it. The same with waves, the same with dips. People would say, as your beard gets longer, it's gonna pull those waves and dips down. No, it's not. Brian Carter's in the chat. He can vouch for that. He's got a really long beard. It didn't get rid of his waves or dips or texture, even though his are awesome. It shouldn't get rid of them. But no, I wish. Our hair is just not heavy enough to do that. So yes. Okay. All right, Nadal, take care, take care. He says, my beard hair is so curly that my beard actually extends another 3 inches.
Wow.
And then what the picture shows. Yeah, I believe it. If you pull it, for sure. Yep, if you pull it. Yeah, Mike, send in, man. Absolutely. I'd be happy to help you on that one. But yeah, it's one of those big things is gravity doesn't make that big of an impact on beards, unfortunately.
This is Dylan S. So I've been letting my beard grow since October after about 2 months of growth. I had one minor mustache trim, but haven't touched it otherwise. I've asked a question here before and have attached a photo from then along with recent photos to compare. I'm doing an unofficial year and I'm looking for some maintenance advice. I'm getting some decent growth and coverage, but I'm wondering if I should get a minor maintenance trim for evenness and shape and clean up areas like the sideburns and stash region. Speaking of the stash, I'm struggling to find what I should aim for in terms of its appearance. As you can see from the photos, it grows in long but not very thick. As I don't have a lot of surface area that will allow me to grow a large stash. I'm sure having a lot of blonde in the area doesn't help either. Currently, I have, I suppose, a lazy walrus style, but the tails seem to be getting more wild by the day and fraying out, for lack of a better word, and it's driving me a little crazy. Do I comb the hairs down and trim at the lip line, or do I continue to grow and let the ends flare out in hopes it might appear thicker? I have a thick undergrowth, and I'm afraid that a smaller stash won't complement it, as well as brushing the stash hairs to the side as I've been. But open to any suggestions. I appreciate any help you can provide, and special thanks to both of you for what you've done for the community. And since watching your videos and applying principles of proper care, my beard has never looked or felt better than it does now.
Awesome, Dylan. Thanks, man. All right, let's take a look, and then we'll come back. It kind of mainly seems like he's asking about his mustache. So let's check it out here. Awesome. I remember you sending in, Dylan. Look at this growth. Look at this journey here. Looks great, dude. Absolutely great. Okay, so the main thing I got is he was talking about this lazy walrus, and he's talking about the sides down here. Dylan, if the sides are bothering you, truly feel free to trim those. I do what I call a finger trim on them. I'm making Doug work tonight. I'm sorry, Doug. If you look up lazy walrus trim, you might have to put Dancy Bearded on the end. I don't know if they'll bring up something weird. But what I do is I pull those hairs here, get to where they're at, and then I'll trim it. Then I'll feel how long that is. I'll grab the other one, feel about the same, and then I'll trim that one. Have no fear to trim those ends. Easy, very, very simple trim. And the beauty of a lazy walrus blending into your beard is it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to blend it into the beard. However, I do not see anything that would be considered fraying out. I don't see anything that would be considered wild or an issue at all. I love where your lazy walrus is at right now. Absolutely love it. And love, love, love.
He's got a great look.
Yeah, dude, stylish.
Overall, yeah.
Yeah, you're stylish. He knows it too. Got a good sweater on here. Dude, yeah, you're killing it, Dylan. Super stylish. I have a thick undergrowth. I'm afraid that the smaller stash won't complement. You don't have a... He's talking about like blonde hairs and stuff. Dude, you have an epic proportion mustache. Like, there is nothing nothing weak or lesser about that mustache at all. Like, at all. Like, I have no idea at all on how that would be anything weaker. And I'm getting some growth and coverage. I'm wondering if I should get a minor maintenance trim and clean up on the sideburns and stash. No. I mean, maybe the teensy tiniest on the sides here to kind of balance out your style. I could see that. Just a little tiny bit. But no, there's no, this is just the shirt playing games with you. Beard looks great. I don't think it's time for a maintenance trim at all.
No, the bigger fuller is fitting the hair, the shape of the face. Go for it. Keep going.
Yeah, it's dialed in, man. It looks really good. And I don't see anything else in there. No, looks good, man. Trim the mustache if it's bothering you. Otherwise, keep letting it ride out. Here's a good example, guys, of long hair working with a beard. I love that this hair is swooping back. And then on the side, notice it's going in a horizontal direction when the beard's going vertically. I'm a big fan of that. I'm not the biggest fan of when the head hair goes vertically and blends into the beard. Personal preference. But I love what he's doing here. Killing it, Dylan.
This is Trent G.
Oh, this is a cool one.
I got some rubber bands to wear. I'm not going to do a trim because I want to keep growing my beard. I decided to wear a black shirt because I saw someone suggest that in the chat a couple weeks ago. Here are 4 different looks that I've tried. I'm looking into buying some beads that I can put in my beard. Thanks again for having this platform for all us bearded people to come to and get advice.
Awesome. So if you guys remember, Trent had sent in a week or two ago. He has like the Viking pulled back hair into the pony. He had an orange shirt on and had like the transparency at the bottom and was like, do I do a transparency trim or what can I do? And we said, if you want to keep it long, you're going to want to tie it. And that's going to be able to give you a look. I showed a picture of Jeremy Sayers as an example. Now, this is super cool. Take a look at this, guys. Boom. Trent has sent in different ways for him to wear this. And I agree, the darker shirts are going to suit you very, very well. And so we got number 1 here. Guys and girls in the chat, put your answer on what you think the style would be best. And the cool thing is, Trent, you can wear any of them, right? You can switch it up. But we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. My vote is the Jeremy Sayers look. I like number 2 by a long shot.
With you as well.
Yep.
It balances the shape of your head and kind of just brings it down nice. I think it's the reason you're using a rubber band. You know, that's why you're putting the bands in the first place.
Yep. And I want to keep it full. So number 1 is probably my least favorite. Number 2, I love because it keeps it full. Number 3 looks really cool and is Viking-esque. I can see you rocking that. But it doesn't show that you have a really full and dense beard. It really takes away the power of that beard. And you can rock this, but I mean, there is that significant French fork, and that's just for me. I'm not a big fan of transparency. I'm not a big fan of a French fork. I think number 2 is the best of all worlds because I want you to show off that density. I want you to show off that girth, that volume. And number 3 just kind of takes away from that a little bit.
Something kind of cool is how it plays on your shirt, though. The different band lengths, like it just changes the
shirt.
But that could be a thing. You could have have shirts that you like kind of get your look. I don't know.
For sure. And the cool thing, as I said earlier, you can rock it any way you want. If one day you want to go with number 2, and then the next day you're feeling more Viking, and you want to go a little Ragnar on them and go with number 3, that would be cool. But if you're asking me which one is the best, I think it's hands down number 2 and for like a daily wear, and I don't actually think it's close. And it looks great, man. This was one of the coolest entries we've ever had. Thank you, Trent.
This is Blake T. Hey guys, my name is Blake. I'm new to the channel. I had a short beard for just some 10 plus years now. I cut it off last June and started over. My goal is to achieve a beard like yours, just maybe not as long. I really like the shape and the straightness of yours. My problem is my beard will look how I want it to after I fix it up in the morning, but after a couple of hours, it looks like I just rolled out of bed. I use a heated brush and I start using the hair dryer, and I started using the hair dryer this morning after watching one of your videos yesterday. My beard hair my beard hair, this really thick hair, has this really thick hair, almost wiry-like. I feel like I could use it as a fishing line if I tied them all together.
I hear you.
My straightness and keeping it straight and beard dips are my main struggle right now. Please, Yoda Master, teach me your ways. Appreciate all you do and really enjoy the content. Keep up the good work.
Okay. Awesome, man. And Blake, first off, I want to say the most important sentence you have in this entire write-up is you said that you started using a hairdryer this morning. One of the biggest things that I want to scream to the top of every bearded mountain out there is it is about trial and error. It's about practice. It's about learning the craft. It really, really is.
Discipline.
Yep, it is. And I will say, you have 2 examples of beards here. My beard looks great after I get ready in the morning, and it looks great at 10:30 p.m. I have not touched my beard other than my hands at all today. I wrestled with my kids. I took them to school. I did everything, and my beard still looks great. So it's all about figuring it out. I literally used to be like that, where I'm like, oh, my beard looks good now. It's gonna get messed up later, and you just learn. You just grow, literally and figuratively, and you figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, Blake, let's take a look here. All right, awesome, man. Okay, so this is what he's saying here is, hey, man, I got my beard right here nice and straight the way that I want it, and it starts to go this way, Blake, your answer is, and we're seeing the majority of the difference in the body of the beard, right? The answer is dialing in your blow dryer routine. This beard down here is too thick, too dense, too long for a heated brush.
Alone.
The heated brush should be focusing on your mustache, your sideburns, and then any troubled areas. And I'm gonna throw in one tip that is unrelated that you didn't ask about. I want you to do the opposite of what I recommended a couple times ago, and I need you to grow that cheek line back up again. You have trimmed that cheek line down pretty significantly, and it's got a big old swoopy doop here, which, hey, if that's your personal preference, rock on. I think you have a natural looking beard. You've got great texture to it.
Fill it in with texture.
Yep. I want your cheeks to come in and be more natural like your beard. I really firmly, strongly encourage that. But it's just gonna be about you learning the blow dryer. That's it. That's all there is to it.
I felt like my beard finally got there when I started using the blow dryer in coordination with the heat, because there's something about the volume that you get with a blow dryer that I use as a structure for my shorter shape beard that you use as a there's something about the way that works that you can't beat.
Yep.
And then the straightener in a couple areas, it's cut. It's like I say, I finally was proud of the care and the product that I had with my beard when I was able to master that.
Yeah, I would hate to go without either of those tools. Would absolutely hate it. So, Blake, absolutely, man. Make sure you're following all the advice of the channel, washing that beard, using a good quality beard oil, using butter at night. Your beard is so thick, so dense, like you said, wiry and coarse. Dude, butter is going to be massively important for you, and then using quality ingredients. If you feel like your beard's too wiry, look up CBD oils and bird oils. Those will soften your beard real nicely, real quickly too. So just something to consider there, but it's just gonna be you coming down to using heat in the right way for you. So absolutely, man, thank you for sending in, Blake, appreciate you. And again, guys, if anybody wants to give back to the show, just tell a friend about the show. Tell a friend about the channel. Hit that thumbs up to show that you like this free content that we've done for literally years now without ever missing. And I believe this is our last one here. Yep. And in a world that is full of unbelievable inconsistencies, a world that is full of waves and ups and downs, people coming and going, passions going with the wind, going with the tides, we've done this for years. The channel's done this for even longer than this show. If you guys want to give back, just tell people about the channel. Just recommend it, share it, hit that thumbs up. Whatever you can do, absolutely free, can make a big difference. And that just, again, helps the drive, helps what we do here. Just this show alone, you guys, 126 episodes, literally without ever missing a week, without ever missing a minute.
If we sat and did a show for a week, we'd almost be there. Just sat straight through and just did it for a week.
Right. about like every second of the day.
Never left.
Like, think about that. There's 52 weeks in a year. We're on episode 126. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, just tell somebody, you guys. That's all we want. We do want you to send in too. One more time, Mayor. Third time's the charm. Hit them.
beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Front-facing, side-facing, questions, comments, concerns, and we'll get back to you.
My beard is looking super. What's the word? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
How about just dope?
Yeah, I'm feeling the beard tonight, you guys.
I agree.
I didn't film today, but I should have. Yeah, I have a weird thing where it's like, if I have a great beard day and I don't film, I feel like that was like a missed opportunity.
That's kind of a smart thing.
Yeah, because like the thing that people don't often think about with like filming is whatever condition you're in, and I do 3 videos a week every week, whatever condition you're in, that stays forever. Forever. And so it's like I gotta capture those good beard days.
A spot in your shirt.
Oh,
you just can't let it fly. You gotta redo the whole. I had that happen a couple times.
Oh yeah, I told you guys about one recently. Something on my face that I had to refilm. So too funny. But man, appreciate you guys. Mayor, do you want to tell them about Sunday? Tell them whatever you want about Sunday.
So I'm gonna be in Washington D.C. this weekend with my son and like 500 other people. Good people that
kids, yeah.
It's a field trip. Anyways, cool. How cool to go to DC. We're gonna be traveling and doing a bunch of stops, all that. And the teacher that set that up at our school is also played football, Big Ten football, a excellent teacher, and the kind of guy that just like everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Right. So Jerry Todd's gonna be on my show. It's recorded, so it's gonna be more of a premiere style. So I'll be in the chat talking to you guys, and we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, and so that's on my show, Beyond Bearded, which is me. It has kind of become a podcast of me talking with the guys about what they do, what they're into, what's their take on life. It's developing. It's becoming powerful. I like it.
Awesome. So that's going to be Sunday, 8 o'clock, you guys. Other than that, reach out to us on Instagram. Check out our Facebook. You guys already know on here. Every Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern, we got videos. And yeah, let's keep it going. Keep helping beards. Keep enjoying each other's company. Keep that positivity. Drink so much water that you can't handle anybody else's baloney out there, right? Really, really good tip to go
That's
with.
a good one.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys. We appreciate you. Please stay bearded. Stay positive, and have a great rest of your week.